Welcome to this poster presentation. I am Camille, Senior Regulatory Scientist at Voisin Consulting Life Sciences, VCLS, and will present how we approach the ATMP technology transfer journey. We will focus on some specific challenges ATMPs face during technology transfers. Our first challenge is how to transfer the know-how. ATMPs are developed by experts, often in academic environments, and it can be difficult to formalize all knowledge acquired in writing, especially at very early development stages, when the process and analytical methods development and knowledge may be limited. The sending unit should prepare a knowledge package as detailed as possible. This should include the description of the manufacturing process and batch scale definition, analytical methods and acceptance criteria, list of materials, and list of equipment. There is often more knowledge acquired by the expert over years of experience, but it's difficult to capture solely in writing. Once all that can be documented is written down, the receiving unit should be trained. It is important to make sure that the sending laboratory gives its view on where it believes the risks are, to give the receiving unit a place to start, to take over and complete the risk assessment in more details. Communication between both units will be key for technology transfer success. This first step answers the question, where are we? The next question is, where do we want to go? The answer to this question enables identification of any change the next development stage requires. Changes to be made will also depend on the new manufacturing facility. Do we need to develop or validate new analytical methods? Do we need to replace raw materials with higher quality grade from other suppliers? Or do we need to adapt starting material controls to a new country regulatory requirements? All these questions should be answered, and from the list of changes, risk assessment can be performed. The need to replace an R&D raw material with a higher quality grade material is often faced by ATMPs and carries high risks. Whenever possible, replacing these R&D grade materials is recommended. Not performing this change is a decision that must be duly justified and documented, with study results showing that replacement with a GMP raw material, even if of higher quality grade, significantly impacts the product quality. The same assessment should be made to replace biologicals, especially the human and animal-derived materials, whenever possible. The earlier these changes are made, the better it will be for your ATMP development, as it will enable the manufacturing process to be as much as possible the same throughout development. The choice of starting material to use for the transfer and the comparability exercise may be tricky for some ATMPs. Some may need to use surrogate material, especially for autologous medicinal products. In such case, representative material can be used, but the choice must be duly justified, with the surrogate representativity data documented. Results comparison with the data obtained with the actual starting material on the next batches should also be included later on to complete the comparability package. The comparability is the final demonstration of a successful technology transfer. The comparability plan can be designed only after risk assessments are performed and analytical methods are duly developed and qualified or validated as appropriate depending on the development stage. The list of tests to include and steps to monitor should of course be based on critical quality attributes, but also on the ability to efficiently conclude on the technology transfer and assess its impact on product quality. Some ATMPs may have inherent variability, and for this reason and to ease technology transfer in general, including in-process controls and detailing process parameters and operating ranges, can provide critical data to enable detection of differences and manufacturing steps needing optimization, or to provide proof of comparability and technology transfer success. To conclude, the complexity of ATMPs encompasses various challenges, from the source of starting and raw materials to criticality of the technical know-how required to produce high-quality products compliant with GMP and regulatory requirements, thorough risk assessment, solid and detailed documentation, manufacturing site selection, as well as regular interactions between both sending and receiving sites will set the pace for a successful transfer.